class. Welcome to a new week of lessons. This lesson is for actually Tuesday, May the 26th. I realized at the end of last week that I didn't get around to talking a little bit about Memorial Day, which would technically be the day before this lesson. May the 25th on Monday is Memorial Day, but perhaps you'll still like to hear just a few things. I know I spoke about this in class back in the fall, possibly in the winter, I can't remember for sure. But Memorial Day, hopefully, if you got to observe Memorial Day with your family, perhaps you were able to visit one of the sites around our city where you will find markers and remembrance walls, graves, whatever it may be, for those brave men and women who sacrificed their lives in an effort to keep our country safe in this world and to defend our country in wars in America's past, going way back to the Great War and World War II and the Korean Crisis and other smaller wars that occurred over the years, Vietnam War, which was not a small war by any means, conflicts with Iran and Iraq and Afghanistan, and so on. One of my favorites is right in my front door, and that's the Newtown Park. They have a standing memorial there. You can go any time of the year and walk through that. They also have recently obtained a wall of remembrance for lives lost in the Vietnam War. It's a replica or a copy of the wall of remembrance that is in Washington, D.C. So that's recently been unveiled. It was put in place, covered, and then unveiling is to reveal it, and it was recently unveiled. I think I shared with you one of my frustrations, I suppose you would say, about Memorial Day and similar holidays in the United States, and that is that we have commercialized some of these holidays. You probably saw on TV or newspaper, whatever, Memorial Day sales, retailers trying to get us to purchase, whether online or in person, to purchase summer clothing, picnic supplies, things that, would represent the season ahead, the summer ahead, or simply just, big sales on things like home appliances, refrigerators or microwaves or whatever it might be. And I've never particularly liked that, and I think it's been way overdone, excessive, if you might use that word, if I might use that word, because I do believe that this is a day for Americans to stop and reflect, to think deeply about what it means to be an American, and to think deeply about our gratitude for those who have served our country so bravely and willingly. Certainly, I don't have a problem with people having picnics and being together with family and that kind of thing. I just have a problem with the day being commercialized by retailers particularly. You will find a lot of families who take vacations on Memorial Day because it does have the Monday holiday. And of course, many schools are out prior to Memorial Day. Some go after Memorial Day. this year, all of that is very confused, and it's not normal at all. So I suppose the celebrations for Memorial Day will be very different this year. But I do encourage you and your family to learn about where the various war history monuments are in our area, perhaps some right in your suburb near where you live, and certainly there are around the city, and many, as I've shared with you before, many places around the South where you can also go and study and see Civil War, battlefields, grave sites, markers, these kinds of things, if you or someone in your family gets very interested in the U.S. Civil War. So, just a little brief bit about Memorial Day. All right, we're going to do some phrasal verbs today. We slowly move through our list. We're in the M section. There are varying lists, and there are many hundreds and hundreds of these, but we're trying to hit as many as we can, and some of the more popular ones. So we'll start today with some in the M section and the P section. Excuse me as I keep refreshing my laptop, which is on the chair right there. We'll start with make something up. Make something up. This actually has two meanings. One is lying. Okay? And then the other is to invent or create something. Okay? So if our child comes home from school and they tell a story that sounds a little bit hard to believe, something about that story just doesn't seem right, we may say to them, "Did you make that up?" Now, they may not have meant to be lying, and so we could maybe use a gentler term with our child to describe what make something up is. It's maybe also to tell and I'll have to squeeze this in, tall tale. A tall tale is another way that we say something that's very exaggerated, that probably isn't true, okay? But sometimes someone makes something up and it's a very serious lie, such as in the courtroom, if someone is a witness and they are determined to defend the person who has committed a crime, they may make something up sitting right there as a witness on the witness stand in the courtroom. They may make a lie up right there and say it with a straight face. That means directly and without blinking their eyes or anything that would make others think that they were lying. Some people, unfortunately, are habitual liars. It is a habit. Some people are very good at lying, and it's very difficult to tell when they're telling the truth because they lie so much. Okay, that would not be something that any of us would want to ever be like or want our children to be like that. The more positive way that we make something up is that we create it or we invent it. So, when you cook something, you say, "Oh, I'm going to make up some, salad tonight to go with our steaks." It means you're going to create a salad. Sometimes, say, making a costume for Halloween or something. Let's make something up. Let's make something funny, or let's make something scary. So make something up can be to invent or create. All right, the next one, make somebody up. Make somebody up. And that means simply to put makeup, okay, on someone, okay? And this could be in the stores like Sephora and Ulta, those kinds of stores where there is the lady there, you know, the specialist there who says, you know, I'm going to make you up today. I'm going to make you up, and you know, does a fun makeup session with you. By the way, I heard a bit of an interesting little news story about Sephora the other day, or Ulta, but I believe it was Sephora, and they were talking about how Sephora is now open again, and how their business has suffered like every other business during this time. They said, you know, one of the main ways that Sephora sells products is by making people up, getting you into the store and saying, oh, let's try this. Or you personally can try things, lipstick and eye products and all of these things. And suddenly we cannot do that anymore. That is unsafe. Probably has never been very safe. I've always been a little bit worried about that. But now it will be against health guidelines that are issued by the health department. So they simply cannot do those sorts of things. And they said that they are having to really redesign their whole approach to shopping. So if you're a frequent visitor to a place like Sephora, then you'll probably find it interesting to see the ways in which they've had to change, and you'll probably not be able to go in and have them make you up. You will have to have somebody else make you up. Again, I think about this also with Halloween or other times that we dress up for fun, and we say, oh, let's make you up to look like a ghost. Let's make you up to look like a princess. That's another use of this. And then you think about actors and actresses, Broadway performers, these kinds of things, where making up the face to look like an entirely different person or creature, older or younger, all of the different techniques that can be used. I think of that when I think of making somebody up. Right, mix something up. Mix something up has a couple of different meanings. One is that we're going to put something together usually in cooking, but perhaps other ways. If we mix something up, a cake, I'm going to mix up a cake. That means I'm going to put all the ingredients together. Perhaps, though, you're at the paint store and you're trying to match a color, and the person at the paint store says, let's see if we can mix something up that is a match for that. So that's one meaning for mix something up. The other one that's a little bit perhaps trickier is to confuse. Speaking of trickier, mix something up means that we may have something confused. If my daughter says, you know, Mom, let's meet at the Vortex Grill on Friday night at 6. And I'm not paying really good attention on the phone when she tells me that. And I say, oh, that sounds good. And I write something down, Vortex Grill, and meet Anna. and I write down 7:30. I'll say, obviously, Anna's going to get there on time at 6. She's going to wait a few minutes, and finally she's going to text me or call me and say, Mom, where are you? It's 6:15 or 6:20. And I'll say, oh, well, I was coming at 7:30. And she'll say, no, we're meeting at 6. Oh, I mixed that up. I'm so sorry. I got mixed up. I was confused. So we say that when we've kind of gotten off track somehow. And I do it in the classroom. You've seen me do it in the classroom. Oh, I got mixed up. We were supposed to do this first and then this. Your children get mixed up about, I thought we were going to go, to the zoo today. Why aren't we going to the zoo today? Well, it's next Saturday, not this Saturday. They're mixed up. All right. The next one we have done, I just listed it because it comes next, but pass away, we know that is another word, and it is a euphemism for dying, a little bit of a softer way that we more indirectly say that someone died, they passed away. Pass out, however, has two meanings. Okay, one is to faint. All right, and the other is to distribute items. All right, so if you pass out, in this sense, it's not a very good thing. It means that you maybe didn't have enough breakfast, or you haven't been drinking enough water, and you go outside and you work hard or you play hard, and all of a sudden you collapse. And for a moment, or maybe a little while even, you are basically not alert, okay? We also use the word, besides faint and pass out, we might also say that someone blacked out. Because everything went dark for that person for that bit of time until someone helps them to wake up and then gives them some food and some water and something maybe sweet to eat. So pass out. But pass out can also mean to distribute items. If I pass out papers in the classroom, then I am distributing those. When you are at the theater, someone passes out the program to you. When you go to a festival of some sort, you will see people passing out their samples of their items that they're selling, maybe, or something that they have cooked, and they will pass out samples for people. That's a good way for them to make money, is to give you a sample and hope that you will want more, right? Okay, we'll pause and do just a few more of these in our second session.